Hi, what's up everyone? In this guide, I'm going to be showing you how you can track items that you may need to find in Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. As you go through your playthrough, you are going to need to find many different items of different rarities in order to progress. For example, there's a quest early in the game called a meal and a memory where it requires you to find a crimson mushroom and a shell fruit. It can't just be any mushroom or shell fruit though, it has to be of superior rarity. And not just that, if you head over to any crafting station, you need materials or resources in order to upgrade your gear and weapons as well. So I'm just going to head over to a chest guard here. I've got a design that I may want and I haven't got the resources for it. So if you go into a design, you can click on these resources just to find out what exactly you need. I need any moss of superior rarity for the primary material, and I need any tooth of fine rarity for the secondary material. So this guide is aimed to show you exactly how you go about finding these items in order to complete quests or just upgrade items. So I'm going to use this design as an example. We're going to go through crafting this design. So heading back into it, I'm going to go for the superior one. So I need to find any moss. Now from here I can go straight into the hunter's guide. It'll bring up the moss that I can go and find for this. Now we can go for creeping moss or bruised moss, it doesn't really matter. And what you want to do is pin it. I can't pin it at the minute because in the top right hand corner of my screen all my pins are used up. I'm just going to remove some pins here of what we don't need, and then now I can go and pin the bruised moss. That'll add it to the top right hand corner. When I hover over it, it's going to give me some clues on what I need to do to find it. So for bruised moss, it's most commonly found on rocks in water throughout the Kingler Forest, but I need the rarer version of this. So rarer bruised moss is often found on rocks in the waters of Dyer's Bowl in the Spinner's Circle domain of Kingler Forest. You got to use these clues to basically find where it is and then go and search for it. Some clues are not as easy as this. I'm just going to use the creeping moss as an example. If we pin the creeping moss as well and read the clue for this one, it says most commonly found on petrified trees, and rarer creeping moss is often found on top of standing petrified trees. Now this doesn't really tell me exactly where it is, so what you can do on clues like this is you can open the entry and just read more about it. If I hover over those clues, it'll tell me exactly what I need to do. These fossil trees are one of the defining features of the shattered forest biome of the upper plains. So I've now got more of a clue, and that's going to point me in a direction that I need to go. But we're not doing this one. We are going to be focusing on the bruised moss, which is a little bit easier in this video, and we're now just going to head to the map and show you what we're looking for. So when you're on the map, you can zoom right out and you can see the different areas of the map. I've not unlocked them all yet. I've got the upper plains, I've got the Kingler Forest. I can also press X here just to bring up my clues so I can see them while I'm looking. I'm just going to hover over what we're looking for, which is the bruised moss. So reading the clue again, rarer bruised moss is often found on rocks in the waters of Dyer's Bowl in the Spinner's Circle domain of the Kingler Forest. So we're heading to the Kingler Forest, and if I just zoom in a little bit, it'll then bring up all its districts, and the Spinner's Circle is a district. So I can see the Spinner's Circle is there, and then I'm looking for the Dyer's Bowl. So I'll keep on zooming in on the Spinner's Circle, and then I'll wait until I get other area names, and I can find the Dyer's Bowl here. So I now know the location of where I can find superior bruised moss. I just need to head to Dyer's Bowl and look for it on rocks in the waters. Just very quickly before we do that, just going back to the other one, the creeping moss, where it gave us biomes. If you ever have anything that requires you to go to a certain biome, you can just press C in the bottom left hand corner of the screen. There it says there, press C to show biomes. If you're playing console, it'll tell you whatever button it is. It'll then switch the map for you and you'll see all the different biomes. You just hover over it, you can see that Dyer's Bowl is actually in a rainforest biome, and then if we scroll to different areas, we've got Great Roots biome, we've got Thorny Wilds biome. So if ever you're looking for a certain biome, that's what you're looking for. We're not in this instance though, so now what I'm going to do is just I'm going to fast travel to the closest fast travel point to Dyer's Bowl, and we're going to go in search of this bruised moss. So I've just got to the location that I needed to get to, and you know you're in the right location, just start scanning. And because the item is pinned, it's going to show the item you're looking for in a different color that it show other items. So I'm just going to look down here at the rock in the water where I said it would be, and you can see that there is a shade of yellow. The yellow shade indicates that it's an item that is pinned. Normally it's like I think it's like a dark blue or purplish shade, so you're looking for the yellow shades. Now something you can also do, you don't need to go and pick them to find out what they are. Now remember, we need this to be superior or better. If I hover over one of them, I can inspect. This is going to tell me what the item is. You can see it's bruised moss there. And it's going to give me the rarity as well. The rarity of that is exquisite, which is very good. That will work. I can have superior or better. There's one next to it as well. That's going to be exquisite as well. And then the one on the right over there is going to be superior. So we've got the item that we need to farm in order to craft this chest piece. I just need to go and get it. Now, there is a little bit of a misconception of when you gather these, that you've got to gather them perfectly in order to get the higher rarities. That is not the case. Again, whatever appears on your inspector when you do that, you are going to get that rarity. It does say best quality rain, and as you can see, it's not raining. And there is a system in place that when I start to gather this, if I pick it incorrectly, I'm going to lose quality. You've got to try and pick it smoothly. None of that affects the rarity of the item you're picking. It only affects the stats it's going to give you. So you can see it's giving me 36 to 40 there on the health stat. So that's what that affects. If I have rain and I pick this perfectly, I could probably get a 40 stat. Whereas if I don't have rain, if I don't pick it perfectly, I'll probably have the 36 stats. So that's what that means. So we're going to pick up this bruised moss. I'm just going to gather that. We're going to pick it, and we're just going to try and pick it the best that I can, because obviously I want the highest numbers that I can have. And when it's vibrating, that tells you that you're picking it wrong. You want to move your stick or your mouse in a direction where it doesn't vibrate. And once you have, some of these can be quite hard, but once you eventually get it, I will find it eventually. This one was really awkward. It was all over the place. That was a terrible pick. You can see it wasn't pristine or anything, but I still got it as exquisite. Now, once you pick that bruised moss once, it's going to be the same pick for every single one that you had. Normally, it's just one movement. That was really awkward. I'm going to just try again, doing exactly the same as what I just did to try and get a better pick. And there we go. I picked it pristine that time. So just remember, once you've picked one, it's the same direction again for any others that you pick. And that's it. That's pretty much how you find any item that you need on the game. It's as easy as that. It's working out the clues. It's going to a location. It's inspecting them to make sure it's going to give you what you want. And then it's picking it. Heading back to the crafting station, you can see now I've got 3 of the any moss that I need of superior quality or more in order to craft the chest piece. But I still need any tooth. So again, we're just going to do exactly the same. I'm going to go in, I'm going to click on the tooth, I'm going to go into the hunter's guide. It's going to show me all the different teeth that I can go and find. And judging by this, the easiest one is probably going to be the Viper Wolf, because I've come across them quite a lot. So I'm going to pin the Viper Wolf, and we're going to do exactly the same again. We're going to have a read of the clue. So Viper Wolf, they are most commonly found amongst the Great Roots biome in the Kingler Forest. The rarer Viper Wolves are often found in packs of 3 or more in the Great Roots biome of the Kingler Forest. We don't need a rarer version this time. We can just go for the more common version. So from the map, just like we've shown before, we're now going to be searching for a biome. I'm looking for the Great Roots biome. So if I change to biome view, I'm just going to have a look around the Kingler Forest for that biome. And I found one just to the south of the forest in this area here. So I'm going to set a waypoint, and we're going to head over to that area. So once you're in the area, it's exactly the same as it is with plants that you pick. But this time it is animals. They do work a little bit different, and you can scare them away. We've got one here attacking me. Now, again, I can just inspect this, and it'll tell me exactly what I'm going to get from him. So as I inspect, you can see I've got a Viper Wolf there. It's a little bit hard because he's moving, but it'll tell you what rarity of item you're going to get off of him. There we go. This one's staying still. I'm going to get a Viper Wolf tooth, which I need, and it's going to be of fine rarity. Now, when you kill this animal, whenever it's animals, you got to make sure that you do use a bow. If you use a gun, you're going to ruin you're going to ruin the material. Basically, you're not going to be able to pick it up. So make sure you use a bow, and it doesn't matter where you kill it. It doesn't have to be a clean kill or anything like that. Just like when you're picking, it can be as dirty as you like. Really, the shots can be terrible. As long as you kill it with a bow, you're going to be able to gather the loot off of it, and you'll get exactly what you inspected. We got another one here as well, so I'm just going to gather that. I'm going to get the tooth that I need, and now I've got all the items that I need to craft that chest. So I'm just heading back to the crafting station now to craft it. What I would say is, although the requirements only state that you need a fine tooth and you only need a superior moss, the better the rarity, the better stats you're going to get. So look at this chest here. I can get it from anywhere from 38 to 178. This depends on a lot of factors, and the rarity of the materials you use count towards that. So although I am happy here to use the superior, say, I do have a exquisite. So I'm going to use the exquisite bruise moss because that's going to give me better stats. And with the tooth that I need, I only picked up a fine one, but if I wanted to get better stats again, I could go and get rarer viper wolf teeth. But we'll go with what we've got and we'll craft the item. And that came out at a 50 health chest piece with 15% mounted damage, 2% stealth, and 5% wildlife damage. It's actually a huge improvement on the one I've got currently. I'm nearly level 8 on my power score there, so maybe this will get me closer or even push me over. We'll go into my chest pieces here and just put on the new one that I've just crafted. And there you go. It's put me a little bit closer to my next combat level of level 8. You'll be wanting to do this quite regular, so go through all of the different designs that you've got and have a look at what needs improving. You can see your current scores and you can go and have a look at your designs and see what scores they can give you. And you want to get your pieces as high as possible and your combat rating as high as possible, because if we go over to quests, each quest that you do has like a combat rating of what it wants you to be. So you can see I've got a lot of red ones here. I've got some 8s, I got a 20 there, which will be very hard, and I got some that are at my current level, or in my side quests I've got less than that as well. And all this means is that if you are going up against a higher level than what your current combat rating is, it's just going to be more difficult. So you just want to kind of bring your level in line by doing tracking items to upgrade gear, just to make things a little bit easier. The maximum level you can get to, by the way, is level 20. It is worth mentioning as well that not every item is going to be in your hunter's guide. You do kind of need to explore and come across them first to be added here. So if there's any instance where you've got a design that you don't have an item here for, you're not really going to be able to track it. You just got to explore a little bit more. And that's it for the video. I hope I was clear there. I just wanted to clear things up with tracking items and upgrading items and how to easily do it, because it can be quite confusing and I don't think the game teaches you that well about it. I had all sorts of questions like when I scavenge stuff or when I kill enemies and I gather the resources off them, is it random what rarity I get? Same when I'm picking items. Well, I hope if you are asking the same questions, it's cleared that up, because it's so much easier than I thought it was going to be, and upgrading is not difficult at all. It just takes a bit of reading clues, finding out where the clues are pointing you, go to that location, and just having a little bit of a search. Thank you for watching this video. Again, I hope it's been helpful. Hit like, subscribe for more content, and until the next Avatar Frontiers of Pandora video, stay safe and peace out.